This is your daily market recap for Thursday, December 15th, 2022.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at XP Realty, aka The Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Thursday, December 15th, 2022. Hopefully we're doing well. Another interesting day. The value of layering in, the value of stops, the value of patience, all paying off today. I know a lot of people just screaming bloody murder, they're getting destroyed, or they don't know what to do, and it's just one of those things where it's good to be hanging out in the Discord room. It's good to be in a zen, relaxed feeling when it comes to this action, because why? We've seen it 1,000 times. We're familiar with what's going on. We have our head into what I would consider not the clouds, but, above it all, not scared, not emotional, not irrational, not freaking out. And congratulations if you're in that point, because if you've been layering in small and then maybe you stopped out and then you started to look at the levels, and we talked about potentially, because again, we got the levels that I wanted to see on Monday or Tuesday today, and we got the same kind of reaction that I thought we might get. Keep in mind, January effect, seasonality from the Santa Claus rally. Also be aware there is a budget negotiation that's going on, and I'm telling you, at some point they're gonna pass and the market's gonna like it, and you're starting to see evidence of things starting to hit levels in action that might be beneficial to the bulls. Now again, long term I'm absolutely bearish, but it's a trader's market, as I've explained over and over. You have to go with the trend, and the trend to me is still up. We'll go through why I still think it is. Please take it with a grain of salt. I could be wrong. Ultimately, you have to hit the enter and exit button, but we're trying to put you in a position for the best probability trades. So if you have any questions, hit me up. You know what to do. All right. Hit me up on Twitter. That's the preferred message. Hit me with the message, please, if you need to get in touch. If you're newer and you want to join the Discord room, again, the room is closed. I'm honestly trying to cut people out. I still don't think people should appreciate the value of what we do all day. And again, I'm not here for the tips, and I'm not here for the recognition. I want people that appreciate the room and follow the rules. And again, not to a T, no one's perfect, but try to get involved and hang out, because I'm telling you, the people that I have, every single one of them has grown 1,000, 10,000%. The people that don't, I just feel like I don't know what's going on with them. And again, they don't know what's going on with themselves either. It's like, do you believe that you have to outwork everybody and their mom to be successful at something? Or do you think you can just give minimal effort and succeed? Again, it doesn't make sense. You want to be strong, you want to be healthy, you want to be rich, you're going to give minimal effort? What is it? You can't expect that. Also, too, if you're newer and you're not in the Discord room, got plenty of options. Please subscribe, follow, put the alert button on, because I'm telling you, I do live alerts all the time. Check out the educational videos. Please check these out. I'm just still amazed when, look at all the topics and people come into the room and it's like, I'm not familiar with this, or I don't know this. Hey, that's what the channel's for. There's so much content. The recommended reading. If you're in the Discord room, the side rooms, man, there's so much stuff. Come on, you can do it. I promise. You want to figure it out. It's one of those things where, I've run into this all the time with people when it comes to either real estate trading, whatever, investing. It's a knowledge-intensive game. And if you don't want to take the time and effort to learn something, then you're going to pay a heavy tuition or a hefty price. Keep that in mind, right? That's your choice. Do you want to pay the hefty tuition bill in trading, or do you want to take all this free content? All right, Bitcoin. Talked about this. Dead money. I don't even really want to talk about it. It's such, here are the lows. Here's the high range. Here's the trend line. Break over it, bullish, not chopped, can go nowhere. You don't know. It's been in a death cycle for since June. I wouldn't say death, but death to trade, because the volatility is not there where it used to be. Oil. Talked about it hitting our trend line, backing off, said probably holds the 75s. Give it a day or so, because if it does hold, it might be a great buying opportunity. Maybe it's another head and shoulders bottom? Question mark, because we had a mini one here, but maybe it's going to be a little more complex. Either way, long term, I think oil has the potential to go down into the low mid 60s. It's all reference points, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm not making this all up. It's all reference points. First major resistance, here you go. I don't know why I'll just put it there. That's all. Let's see what happens. I mean, whether you're a bull or bear, let the evidence play out. Nat gas, again, people shorted it, going long it. I personally think it's bottomed. Some people might argue it's a head and shoulders bottom. Seasonality says what? It's probably choppy. And so if you're trading natural gas, buena suerte, good luck. I wish you the best. If you're in at the lows, awesome. If you're trading around it, you got to be active. You absolutely got to move lightning quick. You got to sell when you're excited. You got to be buying when everybody's freaking the heck out. You got to just got to be on top of it, y'all. I mean, natural gas is very hard right now. Keep in mind, the Freeport LNG plant will reopen in a couple weeks. Probably a buildup in demand. Is it priced in? I don't know. Does Europe need more gas? I mean, I don't know. All right, dollar. Talked about it holding 28. Not surprised it rally up to the 200-day today. Is this the bottom? I mean, it looks, with the volume, accumulative. Now, is that bearish or bullish for the market? The hardest question to answer is that. Because here's the thing about the dollar. Think about it, right? The dollar rose all in June 2021, whatever, up into... My point being, the dollar going up or down doesn't necessarily always bullish or bearish. There's a lot of misinformation about there. The biggest thing that the market keys on is it likes, obviously, a dropping dollar, potentially, but it likes stability. And it's no different. Same thing with bonds. If UUP, dollar, whatever, holds 28 and stable, just chops around, market's not going to be freaking out. Same thing with bonds. The markets like lower rates. I mean, you saw the housing stocks today up 4%. Why? Well, Lennar, Toll, all the builders have continued to provide great guidance because they've cut back all of their inventory. They stopped building, and now they're running off the reserves that they've got built. And the rates have come down. TLT up. Here we are. 618. No, that's funny. It's like a start of the cell phone number, I know. Here it is. Just see what happens here. It could chop here. Now, the thing is, if the market's ready to absolutely get steamrolled, deflation, then rates in the TLT, rates down, TLT up. The market's going to potentially go higher. I could see rates flat, chopping, maybe up to the 200-day. But, again, I need to see volatility in the bond market to really get that excited. Speaking of volatility, we talked about it's dead. Market's down 2-3%, and the VIX is just nothing. Still think at some point it gets back down into this 20 range. We talked about bottom chop with VIX consistently. Remember, just could you get some sort of, that was 12, what? That was early. Yeah, that was that one pop, 12.20. Is that the pop, the flop? Because look what happened. Then it came right back down. And I'm telling you, into January, Santa Claus rally. Yeah, that can happen. I'm just telling you. And people are like, oh, I don't know, it's got to rip higher and market's got to dump. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Sorry. Someone's making a funny. Juan Financial. There's an old person from the Trading View reading some comments on the Discord room. Here you go. Just hold. Chop. And that's why I think, all right, so here you go. If the dollar bottomed, stable, bonds not rising and not selling off hard either, stability. All right, VIX clearly is not, people are not buying the heck out of the VIX. Something's going on here. Well, let's look at the SPY. Here you go. Here's the moneymaker. This is the area. This is what I've said every day. Every day this week, I'm like, man, I would love to see a break below the 100-day, maybe the 390, maybe the 389, 38. Look what the bottom was. It's the gap. It was the gap. Now, what are the odds? Again, guess here, guess here, guess here. Again, bought some SPXL yesterday. Small. Obviously down on that, but today we're just okay, now I think there's a bottom. I can start buying in the money, longer dated calls, say January's, which we were. Started buying some CF, but now if the market holds, I'm probably going to diversify into what is acting better. People are like, why'd you buy CF today? Well, look at your trade sheet. What was up today for the most part? Gas, CF, and Tesla. Those three. All right, well, guess what? I'm not, screw natural gas. It's a little too wild for me. Don't really want to buy tech or Tesla, but CF was up. We'll talk about that here shortly, but look where it held. You don't know for sure, but you have to know these spots. Like that's support, that's support. So you knew it was one of these three after we gapped down, especially after gap down. I mean, I think some people were pretty aggressively buying at the open, bought a little bit near the open because, again, look where it was at. It was at support. But this is where and this is the thing that's going to save your ass. The first bottom, do not buy calls. Don't buy calls. Don't buy them. Buy leverage ETFs, buy stock. Then let it play out. Because here's the thing. This is what I did too, is if I wanted to, and what I could do if I, and this is something that's easier for smaller accounts, as the stock starts to stabilize and you feel more comfortable, now you can identify the probably better ideas for options. Remember, in the money, give yourself time. Stop buying near dated trying to get cheap options. Buy less options with more security. I'm telling you, it is safer, smarter, and you're going to win more. Buying 50 options of lottery, buying 50 lottery tickets is not as good as buying one great trade, stock, whatever, option. I mean, it's the same thing. If they go to zero, most times not. And again, if I don't know if Steph B listens daily, but he's talking about buying SPY calls today in 394 level or 394s, and it's like, I don't think I'd buy. Again, I haven't bought out of the money calls in forever, but I mean, what would you think? Why would you buy the 394s? Hopefully, if you bought time, that makes sense. Maybe, I guess, but still, it's like this action could play out for 2 or 3 days. Your premiums will get absolutely slaughtered, but you're not wrong picking the bottom. Like, that's punitive. Like, that sucks. That really sucks. So here you go. Hold down here, perfect to a T. Could we retest it? You bet. Absolutely. Retest happen. Don't be surprised. Could it go a little lower? Never know. Some people are talking about the 50-day. Some people are like talking about this gap, 380. I don't see it. Remember, we talk about high volume highs, high volume lows. Well, this is a high volume candle, right? At high volume area, right? Okay. Well, hey, I teach this stuff. Pay attention, right? Like, it's the bottom of the VAP zone. You break below it. Now you look for high volume candles. Well, there's the open. Interesting how it held there. Is it? No. That's why the lines are freaking drawn, y'all. I didn't just draw that. It's been there all effing day. Congrats. Now 3 days down. And so let's talk about the future, right? January effect coming, right? Santa Claus rally. Looks like it should rally. Well, did you study the past? I asked people, please zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. What happened last December? Same thing. Feds are doing this. Feds are doing that. 3 days. Approximately, 20 points? There you go. Bazinga. Then rallied right back. That's what I want to see. I want to see this chop zone, fake breakout, boom, fail. So now, look, let's go back to the present. Look how similar and sneaky it is. 3 days, gabow, chopping, right? Boom. Then rally up to a slightly higher high, right? Does this make sense? Any questions? Any thoughts? Any concerns? It should be simple, no doubt. 3 days, 3-day action, post FOMC, let it play out. Okay? Clear? If you have to stop out, please, absolutely do it. Okay? Please. Okay? I just don't want to hear... I just don't want to hear people like, oh, I held because you were bullish and then now I got blown out. Or I sold at the lows and then I didn't rebuy. Or, know your levels. 50-day Qs. Sorry, I need to go faster here. But this is so much information. It's like, no, people complain, oh, your videos are too long. I'm like, man, I'm trying to give you the best information. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag, wasn't that a stupid gap video? Da-da-da, sorry, not sorry. Hashtag, boop. Whatever. 50-day. Bounces. Okay. Again, tech looks weak. And, people talking about, oh, I want to buy tech. I'm like, please don't buy tech. Trade it. Please don't buy tech and think you're getting a good long-term deal, because you're not. You're not picking the freaking bottom. The bottom for tech is going to be years. It's going to be years out. Do your homework. Once the momentum gets lost out of a stock, go study old leaders. They look like crap until they get second life. And if they don't get second life, then they're just dead. Look at like Cisco or Intel. I mean, you're just holding on to dead weight. It's like you're paying for like a college education you're never going to use. And now I'm trying to like make you not do that. Like, please don't waste your money on this stupid investment. Sorry, IWM. We talked about it lagging. Here we go. Holds the channel lows, the feds. Or sorry, not the feds. The fibs. All right, cool. This is an interesting area, right? Will we not agree? Like, 3 days down. We've said, I think ultimately what happens if you studied the past, and I have to do this every video, the IWM lags. So I don't expect it to make new highs. I expect the SPY to try to, and the IWM not. Keep that in mind. Gold, you're welcome. Leave it alone. Now, again, is this the bottom we talked about? This is one of the first support zones. Could it get down here in the 160s? I would love to see the market rally and gold get slapped. And the only reason why gold held up near term, just near term, was because of credibility with passing a budget. That would be an amazing pullback and drop. Because, again, the paper market is such a joke. This gap has to be very, very ominous. Because remember, what was this? Right? This was the Fed day. That was the Fed day. That was the Fed day past. Then, boom, novice gap. Uh-oh. Or professional gap, sorry. Uh-oh, gold. Like it. Like the short. I mean, that's the only real short I really like at this moment. Silver, goodbye, maybe. Is it goodbye? A goodbye. Personally, again, there's always a mid-December pullback. Seasonality, tax law selling in the metals. I don't know why. It's just not fair. Seems like bull crap, right? We'll see. At this point, I would just, again, the miners, metals, just let them come to you. It's like letting the market come to us today. Or like SPY 390, come on. Ooh, 388, even better. Because you're hitting some support. Okay. Let it come to you. I'm telling you, that's the difference between successful traders and gambling idiots who think they're going to win. Overtrading, not letting plays come to you. Or, and again, trust me, I'm a gambling idiot at some time too. Like, I bought SPXL yesterday, but guess what? To get my fix, I buy a small amount. And I have stops if needed. And again, when I buy a small amount, I'm like, And you buy a couple hundred shares. Like, if it drops 3 or 4 points, is it going to break me? No. It's like, Snoop Dogg. He's like talking about, tick on his ball or a flea on his balls with the claws. Anyway, sorry. And it's just old hip hop references. Move the GDXJ thing. I mean, I don't know. Where do you want to put it? I feel like right here. Goodbye. That is not good. Retest. We said watch out for the M. Now you're below the 20-day red alert. J Solstice, red alert. Yeah, GDX. Watch, it'll rally back and fill the gap or something silly. I'd be careful. That's all I'd say. I mean, it looks bearish to me, the miner. So we've said AG for weeks. I'm like, head scratcher. Silver making new highs. AG, breaking the channel, breaking the 50-day. Bearish. AEM, adios, amigo. Hits a 0.618. We'll see. Professional gap, you only know in time. If you're short, congrats. And Newmont said this thing's an absolute piece of donkey crap. Look, couldn't even make a new high. Below the 20-day. Love it. This thing got freaking sold into the close too, which was hilarious. Pass. Again, I like miners at some point, but I loathe owning the miners at the wrong time. I don't really short them. Again, occasionally I will when it's obvious, but man, there's like 1,000 broken stories and dreams of people who, maybe not 1,000, maybe like almost 100. I've been told to buy gold and silver my whole life. I should buy uranium. Not whole life, my whole trading career. Buy the miners, and they've just acted like crap, and I didn't use stops, and I feel like I have to own all the time. Okay. Guess what? Former addict right here. You don't have to own them all the time. Talk to me. I'll save your life. Not like Jesus, but just be informative. All right, Tecker. AMD, talked about it. Lagging, hits the 50-day. All right, that looks interesting to me. Taiwan Semi, man, really wanted to short this one, didn't get it, but here it is, just back at the range lows, the 100-day. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. NVIDIA, somebody shorted this, talking about it, and it's like, again, talking about it in the beginner room, like, get the hell out of here. The beginners don't care where you shorted a stock that you posted once in the Discord room. Nobody knows. I remember that. So tell me. Direct message me. Post it in the friends room. Everyone else on the board, nobody remembers any of your trades unless you're extremely active. And if you're not active, no one remembers, and no one's going, oh, I took score of you. You said you shorted NVIDIA at 175. Now you're up 10 points. Well, I don't know. Here we talked about hitting the upper box. Doesn't look that bad. Just filled the gap, came back to support. We'll see what happens. SMH down a whopping, 3.875%. It's just right back at the range lows. We'll see what happens. If it holds, it's gold. It's all right. Adobe after hours up on earnings, up in the 344s. Where's that? Yeah, right in this area, like the 100-day. Okay, that could be breaking, but gapped up. Interesting. Now, again, someone talking about long-term. I mean, please trade. You can't own tech for the long run. I don't know how many times I have to do videos and talk about it. It's trash. But it doesn't mean it's going to go to the ground immediately. Apple back in the range lows. Has to hold. I talked about having to hold down here. We'll see what happens. I mean, again, this is the thing about tech, and this is why I'm just trying to steer people away. They're not leading. They're just lagging and chopping. All these stocks, upper left, lower right, look like doogie sheet. Doogie sheet. Trying to use a fake accent. But guess what? You can trade around them. It's like natural gas. One day you're happy, next year you're sad that you own this stock. It's just right back at the lows. I'm amazed like people like stopped out. I'm like, how did you get it? Why would you have gotten in up here? That's a red flag. Get over the 20-day, come right back. No. But again, I mean, if you listen to Dan Max Realty, aka the trading agent, and friends on the Discord room, lay off tech, you're just not struggling as hard. Again, this is a struggle because it is a choppy market, but at least like your tech stuff just keeps making new lows. At least other stocks, like you get stopped out, you're like, okay, that's easy. That doesn't make sense. But when things keep just making new lows, people keep tempting like, oh, this is the bottom. I know that mindset. I'm talking to you. You're hearing me. Oh, well, it's making new lows. It's got to be the bottom versus like stocks that are easy to like stop out near the highs or ranges. That little voice in your head saying, oh, this is the bottom. Look, it's making a low. No. Google, really want to short it up here. I can't do it down here. Meta, I was really hoping for 128s. Maybe I'll get my wish later. Holding the 20-day doesn't look that bad. Mr. Softy, man, had 263 on the radar. Hit it yesterday. Yesterday and the day before. Didn't short it. Hits a 20-day. Okay. NDAQ. Yeah, here you go. Only short I still have. Got rid of some Morgan Stanley looking for this. Love it. Come to daddy. Actually, you know what? I want it to bounce because I didn't get enough. I did not get enough. I'm hoping it's some sort of like complex lower high coming. That would be sick because you did this previously. Going below the 20-day, you got whatever, moving average, rally back. We'll see. If you're short it, cool. I still got some. And this is the thing about layering in. Sometimes you don't get your full position. That happens. Got in at the 20-day up there and then just went. And this is another sign. Don't own tech. NDAQ. And did I yell too loud? I apologize. NDAQ is telling you long term. I'm telling you right now, if there's no volume trading on the NASDAQ because those stocks are crap, they don't have the momentum, then study what happens. They go dead. It looks like Bitcoin. You're just going to be watching paint dry, grass grow, whatever. Watching dog poo deteriorate in the grass. I mean, it's that slow and painful. MicroStrategy, yeah, dead. But better hold the 20-day. Netflix had some news about some... didn't mean to do that. Had some news about advertising. Someone was like, hey, you looking at it? I'm like, no, broke my trend line. I would probably wait for the 50-day. Maybe I don't get it. Again, either way, the trade's over. This is what pissed me off is Wells Fargo upgraded. I was hoping it would get down here and they go, one more. Well, we touched the gap. So anyone who's asking me about Netflix, just set this note to yourself. Like, the trade's over. We hit the upside target zone. We backed off. Could it retest? Maybe. But Wells Fargo, buddy passed it, upgraded it, and then it dumped. Go figure. And then they get bad news. Go figure. Roblox missed their metrics. I don't even know if they missed their metrics. It's like any news on Roblox when they give out their metrics. It's like gap down, chop up. I mean, you don't know. Every month they do it. I mean, what day is this? This is the 15th. Is it the 15th of every month or something? I don't know. Anyway, either point, whatever. Gap's down, takes out 30. Someone's like, you interested in buying it? Like, no. Is today the capitulation? Man, we filled that gap. You son of a bitch. Again, I can't watch everything. Today could be interesting. Here, do me a favor. People who ask about Roblox, I mean, I'm about to go spend a couple $100 on it for gift cards for kids, so maybe that's why the stock will rise. Is that the gap fill you were looking for? The gap fill you're looking for. That Jay-Z. What the hell are you waiting for? Yeah, whatever. Tesla. Speaking of, I got to take 2 seconds on this. All right. We talk about market makers' liquidity. Remember how Meta bottomed when they were laying off everybody and everybody's saying it's the end of the world. Meta sucks ass. And then it just started rising. We're talking about bad news is a liquidity-driven game. Bad news is used by the market makers to cover their positions because if they shorted at 300 and closing at 150, more like 310, gift to the gods. Bad news. Remember, you need the liquidity. Look at that. It went down for a couple days. Well, yeah, they're probably using this liquidity. Now it rallies. I'm not saying it's going back to 310. Somebody's going to come out here and go, oh, hey, it's going back to 1,000. No. I wanted to say, fuck you, but I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, you're wrong. Sorry, Google. I apologize. Did I say that out loud? Damn it. My brain just said what I was thinking. I have no control. No motor function, mouth. All right, X, you're welcome. Told you to take profits. Said it'd probably bounce at the 200 day, and then what? Leave it alone. Again, I like commodities, but I love to see the market rally and commodities pull back. I'm telling you, that would be the perfect thing. You want to see some like rotation into the trash. You want to see the market rise on crappy leadership. You want to see the IWM lag. Then we can see the flush. Okay? Maybe it's in January. Maybe it's in a couple of days, weeks. I don't fucking know. But the risk reward now is leading to what? Because keep in mind, I mean, commodities peaked in November, right? With the IWM, like for this especially, X, right? Didn't bottom until late January. You're welcome. Remember, IWM, a lot of banks, materials, a lot of smaller cap companies. Remember, the commodities have been slapped so hard, they're now smaller companies. But not all of these, not X, but you know what I mean. Nucor came out guided today. Their guidance wasn't anything surprising, but the market sure is beat it down. You're welcome. Told you to take your profits. Oh, but I can't. I'm waiting for the new highs. Ah, shut the hell up. What the? It's a trader's market. Take your profits. Take your chunks in the middle. Always have like this joke that, folks on the East Coast, like, hey, the goal in trading was to get to Hawaii. But it's like, are you happy in Seattle? We always made that joke. Are you happy in Seattle? You got pretty close to vacation and winning big, but no, happy in Seattle? Nope. VALE. Chopping. That gap. Personally, this one bottomed in November. Yeah, tough. Leaving it alone. Arrow, copper, acting well, chopping. I mean, this is hard. Again, do you want to own this stuff? I'd stick with the market. I'm telling you, stick with the market originally and then work your way back. People just don't do that. They go, I just like this stock. And it's like, well, the market's going to beat the crap out of it. No, but this stock. No, I'm telling you, the rising tide, lowering tide moves the boats. Now, perfectly, no. But it's a probability-based game. Don't you want to, it's again, do you want to open your poker raise with pocket aces or 2-7 offsuit? Well, good luck. I want pocket aces. CCJ. I say the same thing every night. Leave it alone. CF. Now, here we go. Pocket of strength today. Drops down. Channel. Talked about once the 50, 100 day, you're gone. 200 I was like, I don't trust it. Here you go. Breaks it. Today. Green. Why? No clue. Opens low. Closes high. I just looked at my trade sheet today and was like, what's green? This is what I bought today. That's crazy, Dan. Well, think about it. Is it? This is a strong stock. This is not Microsoft. This isn't Tesla. This isn't freaking CRM. This isn't Amazon. This is not any of those pieces of crap that people keep asking me about. I'm like, this is a stock that's 20% off its 52-week high versus some of these stocks, 50, 60. I mean, again, tax loss selling, probably not happening here because look, there's no losses. Did I repeat? There are no losses in CF. People aren't tax loss selling because no one was losing on this. Probably makes sense why it rose today. That's what I was thinking in my mind. Mosaic. Close, but held up. Watch the lows. Again, I'm going to stay to probably NTR and CF, but here you go. A little more suspect. Oh, that's interesting, though. It's literally the start of the year. I guess tax loss Maybe, probably. Hence why they might lag just a little bit, or maybe they're done. AA, you're welcome if you took the profits up at 50. Remember, I told you I didn't like the market. I'm like, I got to get out of everything. I'm just got to get back to neutral. I got to start over. Love AA, but I'm just leaving it alone. Instead, 43, 44 area. Here you go, 50-day. Put this on your radar for tomorrow. Put this on your radar because we like. Remember, think about it here. Let me draw the big boy candle so you can't miss it because that's probably the most logical starting spot. 42. If the market dumps. If the market doesn't dump, it's going to hold the 50-day. It's probably going to hold the 50-day and go, what? Back to the highs if the market holds up? Absolutely. You're welcome. Hey. XBI. Dead money. I'm telling you, just leave it alone. I don't know. XLF. I still need you to rally. Made a new low. But long wick, 50-day. I'm telling you, watch the 20-day. 35. Set your alarm. 35. 35. I got to put that in my notes. 35. Plus. What is your waist size? 33. No, 35 plus. No, I'm just kidding. All right, watch that. I'm telling you, it's a little too fast. Nah, maybe not technically, but here's the same kind of thing. Like, see what I mean? Like, just the first drop got bought. Next drop, and if the market holds, keep in mind. Just keep in mind. Most of these banks have been printing money the last quarter, the way they've ripped off retail. Morgan Stanley, feel bad I closed this at 90, but I don't really. It's back just right back here at the range lows. Technically, remember, if this is a higher low and that's a higher high, come on back on up, my friend. Come on. I'm smiling ear to ear. Get you back up in the 95 zone. I'll short the shit out of you, son of a bitch. Tell you again. Tell you once. Tell you twice. Short you again. JP Morgan, man, closes right above the lows. Technically, this looks a little more bearish. But is it a big chop pattern? We'll see. I mean, again, if I'm wrong and the market dumps, well, is this the first swing you've missed in a forever? No, we miss swings. It happens. Remember, safety, probabilities, trying to be smart. Do go look at, man, check this out. Check it. I mean, again, I got on another monitor. Somebody was buying Mr. Morgan at the close. Okay. All right. Well, I hope they bring it back to the high because I want to short it. Did I cuss twice? Damn it. Stop it, Dan. Tan, let's get through this. Solar. Again, holding up, chopping. If you shorted it yesterday, then you're like, yeah, this is awesome. ENPH, yeah, cool. Really, again, I want to say yes, absolutely. But if the market rallies, it could come right back and just hold up. Hey, Cat. Cedriton, we talked about watching what happens. It gets up into this blue zone. It looks a little ominous. I mean, these are all due to pull back, but think about it. They actually don't look that weak compared to some of these tech names in the market. First Solar said, watch the 160s. You got there. Did I short it? No. I'm like, yes, I didn't short it, Cat. You heard me the first time. I'd have to repeat myself. Don't be a dick. Does this make sense? I just can't. I'm watching. Maybe it fills the gap. I personally just leaving it alone for the near term. Let's end it with oil stuff again real quick. Oil. All right, Cat's in my lap. You can hear. We talked about hitting the 20-day, hitting this little zone, backing off. Give it a couple days. See what happens when it gets back down to 65. That might stop pressing buttons. I'm not talking to myself. Let's see what happens, okay? Nat gas. Talked about it failing up in the 21s. Now it pops back. I mean, it's hard, man. Your guess is good as mine. Just be careful in that gas. XOP, I really want to see this thing dump. I mean, it got so close to my alarm. Does it get down here? I don't know. If commodities pull back and the market rises, could we? At some point. Technically, yes. Right now, it's not feeling like it's going to happen. Remember, if the market rises, it's probably going to lift these names. At worst, nominally hold them up. ExxonMobil, same thing. Doby. Not Adobe Sound. Or Dolby Sound. Adobe. No, Doji. Sideways, chopping, leave it alone. PXD broke my heart when I had to stop out. Then it broke everybody's bank account who held. It's in the channel. I'm going to leave it alone. I got the two hundos. Oxycontin. This one's tough. It likes to tighten up at lows. Just keep that in mind. That might be ready to bounce. EQT, man, people like this thing, but it makes sense if this is a pivot point here. But is it going to struggle? We'll see. All right, I appreciate everyone. Please be thoughtful. If you're making money, pay yourself, pay your taxes, buy your beautiful significant other, your kids a solid gift. Think about putting money, silver, gold on dips. Think about maybe buying investment property. I'm telling you, if the rates go lower and the housing market dips, there's such a housing shortage. That's why the housing stocks are holding up so well. This isn't like 2008. People are so blind. Oh well, I'll say what I'm going to say. I got to go. Talk to you later. Peace out. Love you guys. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.